Hey there everyone, I'm Crunchy Scott and welcome to my kitchen, my vegan kitchen. Today I'm going to do a taste test and I'm going to taste this. This is a Tofurky Ham Roast. I am so excited to try this. I looked for it all through the holidays. I looked through it for Thanksgiving. I looked for it for Christmas and couldn't find it anywhere. And then randomly the other day I went into one of my just normal grocery stores and there it was. I'm so excited. I've never had this. I'm sure a lot of you have had it over the holidays and maybe even done taste tests of it on YouTube. But it's new to me, and so I thought it would be fun to try for you. And it does say right there on the carton, on the little packaging, I'm vegan. So yes, let's do this. So here is what the box looks like, and you just kind of open it up, and it's really kind of cute. This is what it looks like on the inside. Kind of cool. And I guess what we need to do is we just need to remove all this with some scissors, and then we put it into just a baking dish, and I'll show you that right before it goes into the oven. I will say, oh, I think it's supposed to come, here it is. It also comes with a glaze, which I have read on the internets, and I've actually seen a couple of YouTubers do this. It says to put half the glaze on in the beginning, but most of the little reviews that I saw online actually said that the glaze burns really quickly. So maybe I won't put half on. Maybe I'll just put a little bit more. But I also don't think a lot of people were covering it in the oven. I've got a closed dish that I'm going to put it in, so mine might be a little bit safer, and then I take it off for like the last 15 minutes to bake it, and you put the rest of the glaze on. So who knows? Maybe I'll try just a little less glaze than what everybody else on YouTube did, and we'll see how that works. Okay, so here's my glaze. I'm ready to put it on my ham roast. And I did want to show before I started, it's not super big. There it is. It kind of fits in the palm of my hand. But I would say that probably, this will feed probably 3 to 4 people or 2 really hungry people. For me, I think it's going to mean a dinner, and then I'm really excited to make some ham sandwiches. I really miss those ham and mustard sandwiches that I used to eat when I was a kid in my lunchbox with some cheese. So that's what I'm going to do with it. So I'm going to put a little bit of this glaze on, just like it says in the instruction. And the glaze is called like a super duper beer glaze, and I will admit, this glaze smells delicious. So I'm going to cover it mostly, but if I get an inkling, I'm thinking this might be a part 2 of the recipe, because I think this would go good with the glaze that my mom used to make growing up. Well, she still makes it. I just don't eat it because I don't eat meat anymore. But it's a mustard glaze, and it's just like yellow mustard and brown sugar and cloves, and it goes on your ham. And I think after I cook this, if this is good enough, and if I think it's delicious, then I might do that glaze on some of it as well. And like I said, I don't think the mustard glaze will hurt this beer glaze. I think it'll actually go pretty good. So we'll see if I decide to do that or not. But there it is. I think that's about as much as I'm going to put on now. So there we go. I'll put the rest of the glaze aside because that goes on after it's baked for about an hour and 15 minutes. I'm going to put the cover on. This goes into a 325 degree oven for an hour and 15 minutes. So while my ham is in the oven, I thought I'd take just a few seconds to say, if you're new to my channel, thank you for joining me today. You will usually find me here in my kitchen, but what I normally do is I'm obsessed with the 80s. So I take 80s movies, music, and television, and I turn them into vegan recipes. Sometimes I pull the recipe right out of the movie or right out of the TV show, and I try and make it up. Of course, it'll be vegan. And sometimes I'm just inspired by the music video or the TV show or the person or something like that, and I'll make up a recipe around them. So anyways, we have a lot of fun on this channel, and I would really love for you to subscribe. Poke around, see if you like everything, but go ahead and subscribe because I know you're going to love it. For those of you who are already subscribed, thank you for joining me on my channel. This is a new thing that I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do some reviews. I'm trying to do some, vegan reviews or 80s reviews, 80s related reviews. It's just some blogging kind of things that I've wanted to do on my channel for a while. I just decided, you know what? I'm going to grab this little tiny flip camera that I have sometimes. That's why the video and the audio isn't as good as it normally is, because I just grabbed this tiny camera. And I'm just going to do some vlogging kind of stuff. So I hope that if you are a subscriber that you're enjoying this too. Okay, so it is fresh out of the oven. It cooked for 1 hour and 15 minutes, just like the directions said. Ooh, oh crap. Don't fuck up my camera, please. And, oh gosh, all those YouTubers that I watched, they were absolutely right. The glaze does burn, and I put very little on there. By the way, yeah, this is just a shameless way of showing my awesome oven mittens. Isn't that cute? Anyway, so I'll put that aside. Golly. Jeez. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put the rest of the, oh gosh, it smells good. I'm gonna put the rest of the glaze on just like it says, because whenever I do a recipe for the first time or cook something for the first time, I follow the instructions perfectly, and then I add my own twists or whatever. Okay, so that's the first half there, and then it's probably hot as hell. Oh, it is. Yikes. Oh, definitely the glaze is pretty amazing, I gotta say. The beer and the brown sugar, maple syrup, or at least that's what it tastes like. I haven't read the ingredients. Let's see, so we'll just cover that up, and look how delicious our ham is looking. Oh, sorry. So whenever I hear the word ham, I always think of 30 Rock. And remember Tracy Jordan's wife when she was on doing that reality show? She was played by Sherry. I can't remember her last name. Sherry something. She was on The View, I think. But they were talking about how much they liked it when she said the word ham, and they just cut to her and she went, ham. Okay, if you have never seen 30 Rock, you have no idea what I'm talking about. That sounds absolutely ridiculous. But trust me, it's pretty funny. Okay, so there's all the glaze on there. Now what I'm supposed to do is cook this for another 15 minutes with it open like this, not with a cover on it, which means I think it's going to do some serious burning. But, whatever. I'm following the instructions. So let's pop this baby back in the oven, 325 for 15 more minutes, and then it's dinner! Okay, there it is. I sliced it up, and you can see the inside here. I'll just pick up one of the pieces. I think they've tried to replicate the color a little bit, which I honestly don't remember the color of ham. I think it was more pink, and I think that's probably because of the nitrites or something that they add to it. But anyways, I think it turned out really nicely. That glaze is bananas. So and because that glaze is bananas, that's why I decided not to do my mom's glaze. But I figured if I liked this, then I would buy it again if I can find it again. And then I'll do my mom's glaze on it instead of this beer glaze that's on there. So I am going to rate this vegan Tofurky ham. Look at that. I'm going to give it 1 to 5 Miss Piggies. 5 Miss Piggies being the absolute best. 5 means Miss Piggy finally gets to marry Kermit. Okay. So, it's warm. I wanted to taste it warm and I wanted to taste it cold, so I'll probably taste it cold some other time. So to me, I haven't had ham in like a million years. Like years and years and years. So stand by. I'm going to get some of this glaze in the bottom of the pan and put that on there a little bit more. There we go. Check that out. It, to me, gives no flavor of ham. Or what I remember ham to taste like. Now, mixed with that glaze, which how can you go wrong with beer and brown sugar and maple syrup and stuff like that? It's great. I can totally see myself eating this with the glaze. But I don't think it's spicy too. It's got a little heat to it. I don't think I would eat this on a sandwich, but you know what? I'll wait till it cools down. I say it's not great, but here I am like just shoveling it down. So how many Miss Piggies would I give this? I think it tastes good. Don't get me wrong. It tastes very good, but it does not taste like ham to me. So, and given the fact that I may not remember exactly how ham tastes, I think I'll give this a 3. 3 Miss Piggies. Because it's decent. And I would definitely eat it for dinner one night, but I definitely wouldn't like take this to my meat eater friends and be like, this tastes like ham. So, sorry. 3 Miss Piggies. I guess I should stop eating so I can talk. And it is salty. Like, it is salty like ham. But 3 Miss Piggies, which means she's not going to marry Kermit. She'll just have to stay frustrated, you know, dating him or whatever. Anyways, thanks so much for joining me on this vegan taste test on my channel. Be sure to like this video. And be sure to share this video if you liked it. And leave me a comment. I'd love to know if you've had this or if you'd like... Sorry. Taste test. Leave me a comment and tell me if you've had this, if you'd like to try this, and what you thought about it if you did have it. Other than that, have a great day and poke around on my channel and see if you like my stuff. Bye.